Hi everyone, today I'm going to be talking to you about Tulsi tea, also known as holy basil. I found this really great article study, so I'm basically going to be reading from that. I just find the information very, very beneficial. So yeah, this Tulsi tea, it's actually used in the Ayurvedic tradition culture. So let's start here. Welcome, hello I'm live in two different areas, so if you see me looking a few different places as well, I'm going to be reading from my notes here from the article. So let me know if you have any questions throughout. Let me know if you have tried Tulsi tea or if you plan to. So this is what it looks like. It's very similar to nettle leaf tea. I talked about nettle leaf tea a few weeks ago. I would say the smell is a little bit minty, but yeah, it's wonderful on its own, but also as well if you have it with a little bit of honey. So the article I found is called A Herb for All Reasons. So you'll find out why this herb is wonderful for all reasons. So because of our modern life, we come upon stress, many of us. So it's now known or recognized that the greatest causes of death and disease on the planet, the world, can be preventable due to lifestyle-related chronic diseases. Wait, let me say it again. It is now recognized that the greatest causes of death and disease on the planet are preventable lifestyle-related chronic diseases. So that means we can prevent health conditions from happening if we have different lifestyle practices. So one of them being stress. There are many, but one of them is being stress. So within Ayurvedic, Tulsi, again, I'm going to be saying Tulsi most of the time, but it's also known as holy basil. It's known as the incomparable one, or the mother medicine of nature, and the queen of herbs. So in Ayurveda, this herb is known for medicinal and spiritual properties. It's basically known as the elixir of life. So it's a go-to herb, and the Tulsi's I can't say that word. Medicinal properties. Studies have revealed that Tulsi is unique because of a combination of actions that includes antimicrobial, antibacterial, antiviral. It's also an antioxidant. Antioxidant is also known as phytonutrients. So it's also anti-inflammatory. That's anti-inflammatory. And those are just a few. There are many, many anti-properties of Tulsi. So modern research, let me just see if there's any questions in this one. Okay. So Tulsi is a tea that I enjoy myself from time to time. I haven't actually drank it for a while. So the steeping of it is basically how you would do other herbal teas that I've talked about, or if you're steeping a tea bag. 5 to 10 minutes. The longer that you steep a tea, the more properties that it will have. So, and you could start with half a cup and work your way up to more. You don't need to have a large portion. Oh yes, I also wanted to mention that with any herbal teas, whether you have a certain health condition, maybe you're taking medications or supplements, introducing some herbal teas may interact with what you're taking. So consult with your doctor or healthcare practitioner regarding any herbal teas that you read about or hear would be wonderful to start having in your life, and just check with any interactions that might occur. Yeah, so back to the study here. So studies have revealed that Tulsi has a unique combination of actions. Oh, I did read that part, excuse me. So because of the antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal properties, the Tulsi has pathogens responsible for human infections. Human infections. So Tulsi has been shown to have defenses against effective threats by enhancing the immune response and non-stressed and stressed animals, but also healthy humans. So another study they did within this article, it was a human study. So Tulsi has been observed to reduce stress, anxiety, and depression within a 6-week randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled study, reporting that Tulsi significantly improved general stress scores, as well as sleep problems and symptoms such as forgetfulness and exhaustion. So that just goes to show you that Tulsi can be very helpful, because this is some of the things I mentioned. So in Ayurvedic practices, Tulsi is more commonly recommended as a preventative measure to enhance the ability to adapt to both physiological stresses, but also psychological stresses, therefore preventing the development of stress-related conditions. So Tulsi is suggested as a preventative. It's usually as a tea versus other ways of using that herb. And yeah, so basically Ayurvedic practitioners recommend that the regular consumption of Tulsi tea as an essential lifestyle practice. So that's in their words and their studies. So Tulsi also has a calming effect that leads to clarity of thought, along with a more relaxed and calm disposition. In the few times that I have taught Tulsi tea, I wasn't really paying attention to how it made me feel during that day, or if I had it consistently for a few days. But just because I think I'm generally a calm person, just because of the different things that I do. But yeah, when I start doing Tulsi regularly again, I'm sure it would help me in some way in terms of calming disposition. So the cognitive and memory enhancing properties of Tulsi therefore differ from those of caffeine containing beverages such as coffee or teas with the caffeine. So coffee or tea can heighten arousal and may cause physical and mental agitation. So Tulsi does not produce the same physical disturbance as caffeine, and it can be safely consumed on a regular basis without worrying about withdrawal effects. So as I mentioned before, you can start with a small portion and work your way up. Personally, myself, I just like to usually have a half a cup to a cup of herbal tea within one sitting. Also as well because I like to enjoy it warm, so I don't like it to cool down much. We can always reheat small portions throughout the day on the stove top. So it's important to have quality teas, whether it's Tulsi or another tea. So in terms of the Tulsi tea from this article, they talked about the importance of the quality. So like any medicinal plant, it's ideal to have wonderful cultivation, harvesting, and preservation and storage methods to preserve Tulsi's medicinal value. So an example would be having organic methods or wild harvested in rural areas, free from the environment, from environmental pollution. So this can be done through finding a toxic element, almost twice the concentration. Oh, let me read that again. This is supported by the finding of toxic elements at almost twice the concentration of Tulsi leaves grown in polluted compared with unpolluted areas. So just something to consider for your teas. So yeah, if you can, purchase them in small portions in bulk at the store to see if you like a particular tea first. Also, if you can, purchase it on sale, and yeah, store it in glass jar in the cupboard, cool, dark place. And yeah, I would say in terms of portions, I believe it's usually a teaspoon for a teaspoon of dry Tulsi for 1 cup of just boiled water. I will direct you to the link I have shared in the past before, an article on my website that talks about steeping and portions generally, but if you want, you can look up more online regarding the Tulsi. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions, if you end up trying it, how you like it, and see if it helps with stress, calming you, and other benefits as well. It's always a wonderful option to have teas instead of water, because sometimes water can be plain or boring. That's what I think sometimes. So yeah, just having a nutrient beverage. And yeah, again, you can have it plain or maybe just a little bit of honey. I hope this was helpful and that you'll try Tulsi or some other teas I talked about. Have a wonderful day. Be well, and I'll see you in a few weeks. Do let me know if you have any particular teas you want to learn more about, if I haven't already talked about. Thank you.